Friends, it is Wednesday. Happy hump day. Things are not working again on Facebook, so I'm just putting in a link real quickly so that those followers can come over here. Just bear with me a little bit. Don't know what's going on. I may have to break up with my streaming platform or Facebook, one of the two. Post. And then I'm going to share it over to my group. Bear with me just a moment. Okay. So I won't need that. Okay, now let's get started. Happy hump day, friends. How was your day going? Mine was going peachy until something between EV Mux and Facebook is not working. So there's that. Once you hop on tonight's live or you hop on the replay at a later date, please feel free to say hi in the comments and tell me where you're watching from. I am only live in one platform this evening, so if you would like, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, and if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would greatly appreciate that. And you can always copy the link to this video, and you can always share it over to Facebook and just invite people over here to watch. That would be great. Tag your crafty friends, invite them to watch along with you. But yeah, hitting the thumbs up, again, that not only helps me, but that helps you. That tells the YouTube algorithm, especially if you haven't been on YouTube a lot, that it tells YouTube that you like this kind of content, therefore it will start pushing more content into your YouTube feed. So with that, I see that Jason is watching from the other side of the door, and Benita said she couldn't get on Facebook again. Neither could I. For some reason, I don't know if it's my streaming platform not playing well with Facebook, or if it's just Facebook not playing nicely with others. I'm going to try a few other things out this weekend, but if all else fails, we'll just hang out on here. So with that, let's go ahead and flip the camera, because I've got 2 projects hopefully in mind this evening. So I have had 3 of these oversized snowflakes in my stash for this is at least the 3rd winter that they've been around, so they need to go. So they have got to go. Benita says she is so excited for this evening, really like the silk screens I'm going to use. Yeah, so I have these 2 jumbo snowflakes. I also have one more, but so we're also going to use the thick and thin woven stripes. This is in last chance, so if you love pattern transfer stencils and you don't have this one in your stash, make sure you pick it up. It's a good one to have. All of this green teal stuff in here is distressed, so it's a really fun pattern. It's a really great background, so I'm going to use that on this white one and I'm going to do kind of a monotone background, and just to add a little bit of texture. I'm going to color block paint this one, and then the other 2 transfers I picked out. You Need to Chill, which is also in last chance, so if you love snowmen and you have not picked this one up, you need to go ahead and grab it. There's also, I have not posted it, but there is free shipping on $100 orders or more through the next couple of days. And then I'm going to use the Flakes Welcome. This was a free gift with purchase, and then they did put it up for sale for a bit. It is retired, so I do want to warn you that that's retired. And then I also have these in my stash. These are Walmart wood slats. These were the Go Create brand, but now they're the Hello Hobby. I have linked everything, including the slats, in the description of the video, so make sure you check that out. But let's go ahead and get started, because I need to paint this one, and then I need to faux stain this slat. It's funny how that changes that color. So I have marked the top. Normally you would hang the snowflake like this, and it comes with a hanging hole there. But because I liked the structure of this, how this laid out, I could color block this, I went ahead and I put another hole here. And then I put these sticky tape things to remind me that that is the top, because I would be a nincompoop and I would forget that that's the top. So I have my Snow White Waverly chalk paint, and I have my trusty raggedy chip brush, but it's my favorite one to do this distress paint. I have already blocked my areas off, because this transfer will fit perfectly in that little area. I thought it would be great, so we'll do that. So I'm just going to do some of my vintage distress painting. Nothing perfect. Brown showing through, kind of following the shape of the snowflake. If some of it is covered more than other areas, that'd be fine and dandy. just going to go across. I normally like to go with the wood grain, but I think we're just going to go in the side-to-side fashion. It's kind of fitting for tonight, going against the grain. So how's everyone's week been? I forgot to take the Valentine's Day asset out of there, so disregard the Valentine's Day sale that ended yesterday, but there's still a bunch in Last Chance. There's still free shipping. The Creative Kickstart has been extended through early February, I believe, or while supplies last. Again, I'm just slapping paint on. And you might even notice my Snowflake is quite warped, but I'm gonna sell it anyway. We'll just mark a low price on it and note that it's warped, and it's gonna go away. If it ain't paying rent, it ain't staying. Okay, slap a little bit more paint on here. Blend some of these other areas in a little bit. Okay, I think that looks good. And then I'm also going to let that dry a little bit. My little cow head down here. Okay, let's put that roughly to the side, and then I'm going to bring in my slat, and then we are going to faux stain that one. Get a paper towel to put it on, and then a paper towel to wipe it off. And I have some gloves because your girl doesn't like to get her hands dirty. Medina said not a good day at work today. In fact, terrible day. Glad I'm home and so very happy I am live. Well, I am happy to be live, and I am happy that you are here. Crafting is going to be our therapy for 2026. Let's build this community. Let's be there for each other. Let's craft through our stash and get it gone. So this is just Waverly Antique Wax. It's technically supposed to be for sealing, but you know, us crafters hack everything, and so we have discovered that it makes a great faux stain. So you get the look of a stain without all the stinky, messy combustible rags and such with a stain that you would with a stain. It dries quick. Well, I'm sorry that you had a bad day, Bonita. That was me yesterday. I was quite frustrated. Benita says she uses gloves and a baby wipe. I've tried the baby wipe. I don't like. It works. But I like the color that I get when I use a paintbrush. The baby wipe kind of thins it out. I know Ashley says she uses a wipe as well, but I just use a paintbrush. Oh. I made a mess. A royal mess. I'm not going to stain the back because I'm going to be gluing it on the other Snowflake. And it's just less that will interfere with my glue. Okay, I'm going to try to wipe that back. I've also used those yellow craft sponges to apply the faux stain, and I do, or the wax, and I do like that as well. And then I save these until I reuse these until you can't even see through them anymore, or they get holes in the fingers. So I'll just set those aside to dry. We'll set that aside to dry. Pop that in my little plate. I'm going to continue letting that dry, but I'm going to put it down on the floor, and we'll get our white one out. Maybe. Okay. And I probably should sand this one, which I should have done earlier. Yeah. No, I'm not going to sand that one because it's going to be an all over. Put this over here. It's going to be an all over paste, and we're not pasting anything else on top of it, so I don't really can be rough. Okay, so this is a size. Benita says she reuses her gloves a bajillion times. Yep. Gotta be frugal wherever you can. That way you can buy more crafty stuff. So this is a size D 18 by 18 reusable silkscreen transfer stencil. That's a mouthful. It is reusable. I do need to make sure I put it back on the right side of the carrier sheet when I'm ready to store it away. So therefore, you want to write something on the back, either the word back or the name of the transfer, or you can just put a big X if you would like. So that is already done. I have used this once before. And with these larger ones, like the C's, D's, and E's, I flip it over and I pull the backer sheet off of the transfer. If you try to do it the other direction, you may wind up with a big old mess. I'm going to turn this so that the top of my Snowflake is at the top. I may not, there's a lot of silk screen on this, so I'm not terribly worried about it sticking. So I'm not going to fuzz it a whole lot because there isn't a lot of adhesive. It's mostly silk screen. So I just was using my fuzz cloth to knock back a little bit of that adhesive. It just puts a small layer of lint on top of that adhesive to make it not as sticky. But in this instant, exactly, Benita says exactly, because I don't have enough supplies. We are in short supply of supplies. I could do it that way. Either way, I'm going to end up with. So I think the name above. I think we'll start there, and I may just bring it back over. I'll just kind of connect everything over here when I'm all finished, maybe. I'm just making sure that it's mostly smooth. These larger patterned backgrounds, it's kind of hard to achieve perfection. So just know that in the back of your mind. I do have a backup frost. In fact, I think I'm just going to open the new one because I don't want to have to run out midstream and have to open this one. So we'll just go ahead and start with that one. I'm going to get all this. Nope, that is not very wet up there. Oops. Okay, so I have a, I think we're going to use an angled squeegee. I'm going to turn it to the side. I'm going to get my paste out with this small squeegee. But I think I'm going to try to move it with the other one. So this is an angled squeegee. I don't think that we carry these anymore. I don't know. I'll have to check. But if you want a lot of paste moved quickly, you want an angle. This one is a good one to use. Except the only thing with the monotone is it's going to be hard to see where I've gone until I pull it off. So on these little spokes, I'm going to use the small squeegee just so I can see where I've been, and I'm not trying to wield that angled squeegee. On those spokes. And I'm also, again, I'm not looking for perfection. I just wanted a little bit of texture because this is a large snowflake and that little attachment isn't very big. So I just wanted to somehow add a little bit of something to this large open snowflake. Okay. I'm putting a bow at the top. I've thought about moving the transfer toward the bottom. We're just going to try to get most of it. That way, if by chance the buyer wants to remove the bow, it doesn't have a mullet. Kind of like, there's some door hanger makers that don't paint the back sides. I do, just because it looks finished to me. I think I've said this before when I worked at CJ's and I'd see other makers' signs come in and they didn't do the back side. It just I know it. You do you. If you don't want to do the backside, I'm not judging, but for me, it didn't look done. So I thought about not doing the top with the lines, but this way it's all done. These little spokes are kind of hard to... I should probably peel it from the top, but I'm also working with shimmer, so I do have a little bit more play as far as time. I'm gonna have to drop that down. Okay, let's see what we got going on. It's a good thing I'm not going for perfection, but because I probably am not going to get it. But I just, again, wanted texture. I didn't really want... Ooh, that's got some texture. Benita says it makes her crazy when the back isn't done. And if there's people out there that don't do their backs, I'm not going to judge, but I try. I try to make sure it's done. Okay, I'm going to dry most of this, and then that way I'm not putting my transfer back down in wet muck and wet paste. Definitely not perfect. Like I missed this big old spot right there but it's the thin line, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Plus, going back to painting backs or not, especially if you're working with wood, you know, paste and paint and even your sealer adds moisture. So in my mind, if you're adding moisture to one side, you need to add the same moisture to the other side, or at least a portion of the moisture. That way you can prevent warping. But a lot of my door hanger painter friends live in the South, and they don't seem to have problems with warping. And most of them do not paint the backs of their door hangers, like at all. I'm not even for sure they seal the backs. So there's that little bit of tidbit of information for you that you didn't really need. I think that feels pretty good. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Now, to figure this out. Okay, there was a thin line here. Right? Oh, tone on tone makes it hard to... Okay. We're just going to guesstimate. There. I think that's pretty close. Okay, we'll just guesstimate. I'm not going to do the very tip top. It looks... But I am going to try to get some of these spokes over here that I missed. just to make it look like I attempted something. And then down here, can't see what I'm doing. Just kind of lifting up to see where I might have missed. Okay, so now pull that up. Then we'll come over here. Like, okay, I'm gonna dry this stuff right here. Definitely gives a texture. Actually, I got most of that, so I think I'm pretty good. I'm going to turn it around and get just this tippy toppy somehow. Let's see, that's a thick one. So actually, I'm just going to guesstimate. I'll just use whatever's left on my squeegee. Try to pull that. Okay. I gotta get a wipe out. Jason says he loves it. It's very subtle. It is, just enough to give it some texture. And some, yeah. Otherwise, it'd look kind of plain with just that little wood slat that said Flakes Welcome. I thought about doing little snowflakes all over it, but then when I saw that this was last chance, I thought, well, let's use it. I don't get these out very often. I need to use this size a lot more. Okay, I'm going to go put this in my tub, in my water, and spray it down. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, now that's pretty. And did I say, yeah, I used Shimmer Frost just to give it kind of that tone on tone color. See, I missed some spots, but I kind of like that. There's some of that shimmer. Yeah. So then we will paste on that, and then we'll do a cute little bow of some sort. Let me make sure that that's dry. And then I think we'll sand the edges before we paste. And I do recommend, if you're going to do any shopping and you have not checked out the Perks program yet, you should check out being a Perks member, because it's kind of like your Crafty Costco membership. I'm just going to sand this with a nail file off of my desk, or off to the side. So it's like your Crafty Costco membership. You pay in $20, but you immediately automatically get a $20 product credit back to spend within the month. So if you use Crafty Math, that's darn near free. And with your product credit, you can get a little more bang for your buck, because you also, as a Perks member, get 30% off of retail pricing. Which, if something like, for instance, the Valentine's Day things were 25 to 75% off, that is, you can get 30% off of all of that sale pricing, which is pretty good. And then you also qualify for Perks only promotions that Couture does throughout the year. You also get your Club Couture subscription, I believe, at 30% off. So you're also saving money there if you want to also be a Club Couture member. So I'm just laying down a little bit of wax. This is a little rough after I stained it, even though I've sanded it, but it feels better. We do have chalk wax in my chalk site, Couture branded wax, but I prefer the min wax. Just personal preference. The wax applicator is also in my chalk site, but yeah. So this is the Flakes Welcome. I've not written anything on the back, so I need to do that. Flakes Welcome. So yeah, if your wish list is way bigger than your wallet, which mine always is, that Perks member program is a pretty good program. So this has a suggested cut line. You can cut your backer sheet and your transfer down that line and cut them into two separate pieces. I do like to keep everything intact, so I'm just going to score that. So that's one less piece that I have to keep track of. So we're going to peel that off. And now we're going to fuzz this one because it has a little bit more teal adhesive. And I don't want it sticking to my little wood slat. If you don't have any wood slats, you could make something with paint sticks. I think they even have scrap wood similar to this at Dollar Tree. But I got mine at Hobby Lobby, and I got them a long time ago. You could glue Jenga blocks together and it would be a little thicker, but you could use that. If you didn't have these little slats and you wanted to use what was in your craft space, your craft room. Oh, that is so not even. I'm going to actually flip it upside down. There. Okay. We're going to get our shimmer frost back out. I think I'm just going to go all white on this one. I think. Or should I? Yeah. I think I'm just going to do all white. I could do shimmer shadow, but I don't know if the black would show up as, I don't think a black will show up as well on the brown as the shimmer frost would. We're just going to do the same thing. We're going to push our paste through all of that silk screen. being very mindful of the edges of your design. You can flip it around if you need to, so you can paste away from that bottom edge. I have a little bit more control when I turn my project. So sweet. I love that font. I love a good lowercase font. It's one of my favorites. Like in my planner, I don't capitalize the days of the week, the months. I love a good lowercase. So cute. My upline, Christy with Chalk Creek Boutique, does the cutest door rounds with these little shape attachments, and I love them. So this was kind of an homage to her design, how she makes her door rounds. And when Couture sold the simple shapes, which you could still do it with this chalk spot tags, she would always use the 6-inch squares and rounds and the 6x12 rectangles to make her door hanger sentiments, and then she would attach them. Super cute. Okay, I think I might add a snowflake kind of hanging off. Maybe we'll bring, oops. Bring that one down a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't run it, but and then I think we'll put one up here. We're done with that. Cute. Okay, so we're done with that transfer. Let's get that dry. Now I just have to figure out if I want to make a legitimate bow, a loopy bow with ribbon, or if I want to get out fabric strips. And then I also need to figure out how I'm going to attach it. It's also going to be slightly difficult because it is a little warped. I'm going to have to probably get some clamps out. So get some clamps. I'm also going to dig through my ribbon while I'm up. I had some so I have some black and white Snowflake. I have some burlap and chevron. I also have some polka dot and burlap. I thought I had some like burlap and white Snowflake, but also have a little bit of that. I don't know if I have any more. That's all I have. I have some red with snowflakes, but and then I probably need a Bodabra. Oops. Oops. Okay. Do any of those look appetizing? Oops. Let's figure out how to get, need to get this attached first. Does that look fairly straight? Okay, so I'm just gonna I hate when glue gets clogged. See where it's clogged, but I can't get to it. Oh yeah, it's a big daddy. I wonder if I can. Need to get this clear thing off. Oh, got it. Oh yeah, it's a big old booger. It's like fossilized in there. Can't get it off. I have to operate. Ugh. Can't get the big old boogie out. She'd be stubborn. I don't have enough grip straight. She is on there, good. making some headway here. Got it. She be boogie free. Personally don't think the white ribbon with black snowflakes fits the project. Okie doke. I agree. Of course, I always lean towards fabric strips, but I don't know. I also need to get outside of my comfort zone. There. Probably is way too much. Here is. I just forget I have this fart. My little glue brush that also has glue boogers in it. You could see the room or the floor underneath my chair is horrible. This way, hopefully I don't have. So this is a little Type Bond silicone brush that came with one of my glue bottles. It works great. And then when you get glue boogers, it just peels right off. That may not be enough glue. I'm going to put more in the middle, especially since that's where it's warped my sign. So hopefully this will grab. Okay. And then I'm going to get one of my scrap backer pieces. If I can find a long one. Perfect. Just to kind of help protect. Hopefully I can get these in there. Nope, I need skinny ones. Those aren't gonna work. She's so warped that I'm just gonna have to press it down. I was hoping that would work, but I need a big, heavy book or brick, neither of which I have. Well, I was hoping my clamps would work, but I have splooged glue out. Okay, does that still look fairly even? Just gonna hold it down here till it mostly catches. Pretty good. I'm gonna go. I have a couple of books on the other side of my desk. I'm gonna go get those so I can put that on top. This dictionary behind me, but it's got 400 things stacked on it. So grab a Harry Potter book and a couple other books. Maybe that'll weigh it down while we make a bow. Okay, put that away. That away. Okay. I'm gonna move that just a skosh. If a Harry Potter book isn't heavy enough, I don't know what is. Okay. I don't know whether to do... Let's just try a bow. It's been a while. Let's give it a go. I need probably a longer twisty tie. I also have a little bit of animal print, Jason, and some gingham, khaki gingham. Platinum Projecto. Now I just need a wand. That's pretty funny. That is funny, funny, funny. Platinum Projecto. Okay. Now, so do any of these ribbons scream this project? I don't even know how much of this one I have. Not a lot, but we can use it. I think I'm gonna not use this one because I have this thick one, and I also have that burlap one, and then I have this burlap one and this burlap one. Okay. Let's just get to it, Robin. I think I want to leave a longer tail. So we're going to squish that, and we're going to, it's actually about the same on both sides, so I don't, but it just says Snowflakes for sure. And it's a fairly large door hanger, so we're going to make that one go that way, I think. So for that one doesn't need to be as long. I don't know. I just watched somebody make one of these bows today. It was super cute. And then we'll do the leopard, and we'll start up this way with a shorter one. And we will have to twist this one in the middle because it is not the same design on the back. So we have to twist on that side now. I'm just kind of eyeballing my bows and my tails. We can fix it later. Oops, that one's got to go down. Oops, I should have made that one longer, but it's okay. And then let's do this one. Make it go down, so a longer tail. And it's going to go up. And I think I got most of my ribbon at Hobby Lobby because I don't shop a whole lot for ribbon anymore. I probably should. I think we'll keep that one on top because there's not a lot of it. And then that goes on top. Whew, that is thick. So we have to twist that. I might just be making up our own bow as we go. And then that one's got to go down, so it's going to have to be a little longer. Ooh, we're over an hour. This one's going to be a long one because I still have to do the other snowman. Okay, and then somehow figure out how to put this one in. That one's cut on that end. I'm an angle cutter. Yeah. So that's why I cut that. I think I'm just gonna do one weird. Is that gonna look weird? Yeah. Or maybe, would it look? I don't know whether to put it in the back as just tails or leave it in the front as just tails. I think we'll put it in the back, which I probably should have put it down first. I can hold on to this and put that in there. We can do this. Let's stick that. Yeah, that looks okay. Doesn't look terrible. Okay. Okay, so now I need to figure out what I did with all my twisty ties. Probably knocked them all to the ground. Nope, right here. Oh, I need to put front as tails, but I think they'll be okay in the back. Because we could always have them out that way. Of course, you can't really see it, but I think this will work. We'll make it work. So now, where do I put it in the front? Now I'm just going to loosely twisty tie everything and then kind of fluff everything up. Get everything all scrunched the way it needs to be scrunched. And then we'll tighten it. Okay, now let's tighten it and then we can really fluff it up. And sometimes, oops, that won't work. I like to kind of hold, kind of push. I use my pliers to kind of help push that push everything together, and then we'll cut that off. I need to get that little, have you seen, Bonita, seen the little twisty tie tool that cuts it and tightens it at the same time? I've seen a few bow makers use it. Pretty handy. This is kind of one of those things you kind of have to put it on your door hanger and then fluff it. Looks super fun in the back as well. Just like that ribbon. Yeah, I thought I had more. I must have used it on something, but she's looking a little weird. Probably because I have some tails going up and some going down, but I actually kind of almost need another khaki gingham. I think I'm going to take some twine and tie it around the middle. That will also give me a way to hang it. Now that I've fluffed it up, now I'm going to have to unfluff it. Sorry, you probably can't see what I'm just wrapping this twine around the middle to hide my twisty tie, and then it's also going to give me a mechanism to tie it on my door hanger. Now we can kind of refloof, but it's one of those things you kind of have to put it on the door hanger. Okay, let's see. I have quite the tower going on over here. Let's put my pins back in before I lose those, which I think I might have lost some. I will find them when I step on them. Okay, I need those, so let's put my books away. These are my junk journal stash books. So hopefully one of these days I'll make a junk journal. Benita says she's seen a crafter use the little twisty tie tool, but you haven't gotten your hands on one either. I haven't either. It's probably in one of my crafty playlists, but I think these upwards tails are a little weird, so I think I might bring at least the gingham one down because it doesn't have a back side, so I can get away with that. Maybe. And these I'm going to kind of bend to make them look like they're tails. I do think I need to trim the burlap one, however, just a little bit because it doesn't have any wire. Oh yeah, well. Okay, let's get it connected. Just making sure. It's not on there very well. Probably need to staple it from the back side just to make sure it stays on. So then let's, it's gonna be a late night, folks. Still have another door hanger to make. I don't like those tails. So I'm gonna bring all my tails around and drop them down, except that one. I'm going to pretend that that one's a loop, maybe. And I might pretend that one's a loop. Okay, the rest I can drop down. So then we're going to tie that on. Okay, I'm going to have to smash it and flip it over. Okay. It's mostly. And then let's make sure that the, okay, do I want it? So I'm just trimming these. At an angle. If you like to dovetail, you dovetail. I like to keep them angled. And then we'll kind of just pretend that those are additional loops. I actually don't mind that. That one might be a little long. What do y'all think? Actually, that's not too bad. for not having made a loopy bow in a long time, that's not too bad. Just need to perfect it a little bit. Okay, now let's get on with the second one. I gotta get a few things moved out of the way. Ooh, I'm gonna have a big old mess to clean up. Let's put my ribbon away since it's right behind me. Okay, got that put away. Throw this out. Okay. Let's put this one away for a bit. That one turned out super cute. I might have to make me one. Oops. And then let's get this guy out. We'll get him chalked really quick. I'm going to sand him a little bit. I'm going to get my sander and my tack cloth. So if you have earbuds in, I'm sorry. Roughen up some of these edges. Without breaking them off. Put that away. I missed. Okay. I think we can safely take the tape off. Let's see what we got. This one is also warped. Okay, let's give this one a little wax treatment. And then I think I'll do this bow off camera because we're an hour and 20 minutes in. It's almost 9. So I'm just using some more of my wax. Okay, I gotta find my, there he is, buried, literally buried the transfer. Okay, so this one we're gonna use Shimmer Shadow. We're gonna do all one color, although you could color the snowman in if you wanted to. I don't know if I'm going to or not. To be determined. Don't forget the woven thick and thin stripes and this you need to chill are both in last chance. So once they're gone, they're gone. There have also been a few of the sublimation heat transfers restocked. The Prey on it and I think the Alphabet are back in stock. I need to use the Prey on it. It's really cute. Okay. Just going to use my eyeballs, but my color blocking to kind of figure out where to line it up at. Okay, let's get out our shimmer shadow and a squeegee. Just getting some paste on my small squeegee. And I'm going to cover the silk screen area. I'm going to start with the letters because they're a little bit beefier, so a little bit more surface area to paste, and it won't dry as quickly as the snowman lines will. Kind of even out my squeegee lines. Come over here to the snowman. I know the snowflakes are going to look a little weird in black, but I'm going to have a bubble right there because I had a piece of lint and I didn't fix it. I probably actually should leave that out in case I missed some spots. Not too bad. Oh, so cute. That's my favorite part. And I hope I don't ever come off as salesy, but you guys, this stuff, the paste, the transfers, they're literally just magical. If you have issues with staring at a blank surface like this big snowflake and trying to figure out what to put on it, these transfers make it so easy. The fact that you can use them on wood, on chalkboards, on glass, on t-shirts. Like if you struggle with your own creative ideas, just using the products together helps to build those creative muscles so that you can come up with projects. You can build on the projects that you do. So you can stretch those creative muscles so that you can start coming up with ideas that are a little bit more outside the box. Or you can use the transfers just as they're intended. You could also, if you don't like, I could have just chalked this snowman on like one of the 5x5 squares, and I could have, instead of using the Flakes Welcome, I could use this snowman on the other snowflake and not use the text, "You need to chill." All sorts of ideas. Okay, now that I have a dilemma of, should I color the snowman in, like his scarf and his nose and his top hat? Should I just leave him blank, like not colored in? I do see a little line. This line down here is not very pronounced, so we're going to fix that. Ever so slightly. Benita says, well, I'm such a KU fan, I could see him with a red and blue scarf. I'd probably just do red, only because I know I have a polar bear wintry type fabric that's red. That would make a cute bow. I don't know, part of me wants to leave him plain too. Because then I could just do black and white fabrics for like a rag bow. I almost could have gotten away with just having this as my color block and then leaving these spokes stained, but I do also like it this way too. Super cute. And I can take these off. Okay, I think I'm done for the evening, but let me get my other one, make sure that that area is dry. In honesty, I think, oh, Benita has a great idea, especially since I have so much of it. The white ribbon with the black snowflakes would work perfect. You are correct. 100% correct. Okay, I think that's what I'll do. Good stinking. But I'm going to do that one off camera. I'm going to watch a few bow tutorials. Oh, this thing is warped. But yeah, you are correct. I think we'll just use all that. I don't know if I'll add another ribbon or not. I do have some buffalo check. That might work. I have my favorite print, houndstooth. I have some thick polka dot. And I have some black and white stripe. I have some cow print, but I don't think that would work. Don't think that would work. That one is cream based, so I don't think that would work. I also have this one. I have a gray burlap. Okay, I'll use those, but I'm gonna look at some bow tutorials before I do that. So let's change our camera. Benita says, let her know if I need help with the bow. She makes tons. I will have to do that. Okay, so here is the first one. Get that off. Although by the time I get to it, it'll pop off. Yeah. Okay. This is the first one. Oops. Flakes Welcome. I love that Flakes Welcome. I think that's so cute. And then this is the second one. You need to chill. So which one is your favorite? Chill or Flakes? I like them both. I do think I love this Flakes Welcome. I am going to need to probably staple that from the back. Okay, pretty fun. I still haven't gotten the hang of that yet. Okay, I love those. Oh, that one's got a big old crack down it. Oh, that's where we're going to put the bow. Solves that problem. Okay, Jason says he loves them both. Cool. I don't know what my schedule is yet this weekend. I do want and need to go live just because I have so many projects, and it seems to be the only time I can get things done, and I just love hanging out with you guys. It's therapy for me. I hope it's therapy for you. So just be watching my business page. I just need to get them scheduled so that that way I have accountability. So with that, I'm going to hop off. Have a great rest of your week. I hope it goes well. We have 2 more days. We got this. We can do this. We're all in this together. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.